So before going into Charidham review, let's digress 1 minute. For context, we all know this Dashera. Two Odia films are releasing. One is Anubhav Mohanty's Charidham and another would be Ardhendu's Challenge. So while I was searching for a Charidham trailer, the first result that I got was Challenge trailer. And later I got Charidham trailer, which was surprising. And I thought, is it a glitch or a search engine optimization hack? To confirm this theory, I asked my friend to screen record the same, and I was surprised to find the result was exactly the same. But it did not happen with challenge trailer, because when I entered challenge trailer, it came challenge trailer. It is difficult to confirm is it a glitch or some search engine optimization hack, but if intentional, it is impressive. Khair, coming back to the marketing of Charidham, it was, in my general opinion, a disaster because it didn't do any favors by releasing a song Kere Kere after hyping it and calling it Charidham. And who is Anubhav's PR? Why is he clarifying every small criticism? It just makes him look weak. So, the story is of a son who faces multiple difficulties in taking his parents for Charidham Yatra, and what problems he faces and how he overcomes them forms the basic storyline. So now, let's dive into the merits and demerits of the film. It is clearly a humongous task in all fairness because the film didn't work for me. I will get to that in detail. Before that, let me list the few moments I liked. It was kind of pulling a needle out of a haystack. Movie's third act. The movie's later portions were watchable as it focused on the main storyline without getting distracted with the unnecessary love story. In my opinion, the screen time the love story angle got could have been used to engage the audience with its family drama, which was established in few rushed scenes. The dynamic between the brothers was also an interesting option to explore. Acting of few actors. Sukant Rath. The form of respite one gets from an actor acting POV is from him, as he is carrying the scene with sincerity and making it believable. Other cast members' performance was loud and overdramatic. Ashish Kumar Das, all the heavy lifting comedy was on him. And Anubhav, it was a mixed bag, as although he tried very hard, the lackluster acting has let him down. The makers did an extended of his Surat act, trying to capitalize his audience too, but it was a hit and a miss. Locations. There was criticism regarding not shooting in real locations as there were multiple green screen shots, but that will be a lie, as they did shoot in real locations. Only for close-up shot they had a green screen. But again, they did themselves a disservice by adding those close-up green screen shots with the actual location shot, because those scenes look jarring and takes away from the real shots. Forced comedy. Except few scenes, the maker relied heavily on the lowbrow or double meaning joke to get cheap laughs from the audience. They had Anubhav and Ashish, but they missed out on using their comedy prowess. Also, the representation of South Indians living in Barampur was so problematic. It was like Hindi films in the 2000s. When they had to cast South Indians, they make them wear white dhotis and females with flowers in their head. Both these instances reveal the makers have not evolved to the new taste of the audience who are self-aware. Direction and screenplay. The story was incoherent with its love story angle and villain coming with the goons, a very 2000 vibe to the film, making no effort integrate it to the Charidham storyline, as they just followed archaic template. Also, the love story between Anubhav and Anuradha had no chemistry. And let me not talk about the opening scene when the hero caresses her belly with the feather. In what was supposed to be fun and romantic turned out to be cringy. Action choreography was also basic and not interesting enough. In one instance, Anubhav is drunk and totally beats up villain. Okay, fine, no problem. But there is a black screen and the action resumes. Then Anubhav is not drunk and fights. This is a very basic continuity mistake. The makers have allowed it to happen. Anubhav's 2000 style acting.
इस चीज के ऊपर नहीं बोलने का बिल्कुल
देखिए
सर इस चीज के ऊपर नहीं बोलने का
Khair, the most controversial part of the video. I know there are thousands who don't find any problem with his acting, but there are many who do. I am one of them, and let me tell you why. And then you can decide. In this film, the difference was seen when he shared the screen with Sukant Rath, as it was evident one was natural and other was overdoing it. His acting method is again very 2000s and 2010ish style, because it was a period where melodramatic movies were made, where each and every expressions were seen loud and clear. Also, it is not only Anubhav, but many actors I find have the same problem in transition, with only maybe Babushan has been able to adapt it. Because also, let me remind you, it was a dark time for Odia cinema. Then, with Daman, Bo Butu Bhuto, and even Anubhav's Karma, led to a new patch of Odia cinema where content driven stories started to flourish and acting style also changed from loud to subtle acting. Hear what K. Menon has to say about the difference between theatre and film
मुझे
acting.
ज़ोर से करनी पड़ती। तो चीज़ें जो पिचिंग होती है आपकी परफॉर्मेंस की वो अलग हो जाती है क्योंकि आपको यू हैव टू कैटर टू द लास्ट मेंबर ऑफ द ऑडियंस। एक तो ये सो द एक्टर इज रीचिंग आउट टू द ऑडियंस ऑन स्टेज। सिनेमा में क्या होता है, द कैमरा कैन गेट इन टू योर सोल बिकॉज वो घुसता है आंखों के जरिए, तो वहाँ कोई चीटिंग नहीं हो सकती। आप चाहे जो भी महसूस कर रहे हो, अगर आप बोल रहे हो महसूस कर रहे हो, आपको महसूस करना पड़ेगा। आप जेस्चरल कॉल्स हाय मैं तो ऐसा नहीं कर सकता, ऐसे में स्टेज में काम चला जाएगा। द मोमेंट यू कम ऑन टू दिस थिंग यू हैव टू फील इट हियर एंड दैट्स
Anubhav also briefly did that in Karma, and here, in a scene when his father was scolding him, he looked with complete honesty. Because now audiences are understanding the nuanced performances, I would like him to follow that approach. It is also the responsibility of the makers and directors to point that out. He has to work with the directors who understand this change. Otherwise, we know what happened with Devanand when he decided to not change his style and keep on making the same type of films in his last years. People outrightly rejected his films, and we don't want that to happen to Anubhav, as he is a superstar of Odia industry and the future, and he has the power to change Odia cinema for the better.